It was a tough call for us to come to the London capital markets, but it's been almost 16 months, and we have been here, we've been strong, and I'd love to share a bit of our story with you tonight. So, I think let's start on. We are a company listed, registered in London. Tirupati Graphite PLC was created on the 26th of April, 2017. We call this presentation A Dream to Evolution, Graphite and Graphene. There's a background to it. I come from a family that pioneered graphite production in India. And the first plant was set up in 1977 by my father. I worked with my father for a few years, almost 15. And after that, I promoted the company Tirupati Carbons and Chemicals Private Limited, which was the first company that I independently, you can say, promoted. And since then, we've been growing. It's been almost 11 years. It was my dream to capitalize on the story of graphite, because we learned a lot in this space. We developed knowledge, we developed technologies, we developed understanding about the material. And it was now the time to bring to the world a graphite story that would be very exclusive. That's what brought us to the London capital markets. Well, this is our vision. This is what we strive to be. Making the world a better place with a bit of invisible graphite in our day-to-day lives. Friends, even now, if you look at your mobile phones, there is a bit of graphite in every mobile phone that you use. The thermal management of all electronic devices, the 3 Cs, is by use of flake graphite. The pencils that you use, you've been using that has been the most visible application of graphite. From there, we have reached into this stage where you have graphite in everything around you. There's no steel that can be made without graphite. There's no copper wire that can be drawn without graphite. These are the conventional applications, and there are many number of them. So we want to be a party to this, a big party to this, to bring graphite to your day-to-day lives. We are at present a board of 4, myself, my brother Hemant, Christian and Rajesh. We have Christian and Rajesh here today. Christian is the managing director of Optiva. He's sitting, I think, on the 4th row. There he is. And Rajesh has been a backbencher at the second last. Both of them have been investment bankers, and I think we all know Christian as Optiva. Rajesh is the assistant director in UK government investments, and he's been with us from the time I stepped into London, standing with me, understanding our story, and helping us reach where we have. Hemant is my brother with whom we created this company. This is the lead team, but this is not all. We are only the board. We have a massive team of people who know graphite in and out, from where it comes out from Mother Earth, how it comes out from Mother Earth, how to determine where what is, how to process it, everything about graphite. Our lead team is in Madagascar now. The A team of Tirupati India was shifted to TGPLC, and they are driving us on the ground. Well, graphite is very special, friends. I believe, and that's why we have gone so deep in it. Historically, graphite has been used in steel making as its largest consumption area. Pencils are what we know. There have been lubricants which are made out of graphite. You know, it is a material with very special properties. It has a molecular structure that is different from any other crystal that is known. So it is the only non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity and heat. It is in layers. That gives it the property of lubrication. So it is one of the 2 solid state lubricants, and is stable up to 3,200 degrees centigrade. That gives it the refractory properties. But the role of graphite in our world has changed over the last few years. It is the material that will make this world more sustainable. Energy is the biggest challenge for us. We have to improve our energy efficiency. Energy storage is something that is going to help us in a very big way in doing that. Electric vehicles are going to improve the atmosphere around the place we live, and there's no energy storage without graphite. Graphene is what we've heard of, but what it is. It is the heart of graphite. Graphite is a bundle of graphene layers. One layer is graphene. I think about 10 years back, two scientists in Manchester discovered the properties of this material. 10 years down the line, we have come to a situation where graphene has come to a stage of initiation of commercialization. There are challenges, but this material again has immense, immense potential for everything in our lives, including electronics, including energy storage. So the latest research on lithium-ion batteries shows that if you can use graphene in it, it is proven, it'll charge in less than a few minutes, and it can retain 20 times the charge of the present-day lithium-ion battery. So friends, it'll help us in every way to make our world more sustainable. That's why we love this story, and we want to be a part, not only a part of it, we want to be a key driver in it. What are our key USPs? We are the only company in the world which is from graphite to graphene fully integrated in this space. We mine graphite, we produce graphite for conventional applications, we produce value-added graphite products for high-tech applications like in fire retardants, lithium-ion batteries, and we also work on graphene. We also are setting up a center for manufacture of graphene. So this integration is very unique. There's no other company in the world which is so integrated in the space. The graphite that we get from Madagascar is known to be the world's best. It is the world's best graphite historically known. So it's been almost 125 years since first graphite was mined in Madagascar. The flake quality there, the crystallinity, is the best in the world. We are substantially de-risked. So risk perceptions in a business environment are huge. We are fully permitted for our permits in Madagascar, 33 square kilometers and 40 years of permit tenure, and that too renewable. Apart from that, we have taken all the steps over the last 16 months to de-risk our projects substantially. As I shared earlier, we are not a new team in graphite. We are not exploration guys who've seen that graphite is a material with interest, so getting into that. We have a 40-year history behind us. We know it in and out. That's a very key strength. Again, there's no other company in the world which is developing graphite in large scale and has this background. Friends, we are also the lowest capex and the lowest opex company, and it is certified by independent analysts. We are lowest capex for many reasons, not one. And we are lowest OPEX, again, for many reasons. Just to share a few, we manufacture the graphite processing machinery in our own engineering center. We do it at 20% of the cost of buying it out, and they are customized to process graphite the best way. That is one of them. We engineer our entire setup completely in-house. Our team is extensive and with specialization in every sphere that we need for our process development for graphite. And we are producing and selling. So the graphite that we will produce in bulk is already produced. It is being placed into customers, end users, getting approved before we come out with the bulk production. And this small little production also gives us a small cash flow. It's small, but we are a producing company which is developing further. So friends, with this background, how are we structured? There are two main parts of our structuring. The basic graphite mining and processing, that is in Madagascar, and the value-add products and graphene, that is in India. In Madagascar, we have two projects. One is known as the Vatomina project. This is a 25 square kilometer permit, and this is being built to a 60,000 tons graphite capacity over a 3-year span and in a modular basis. So we're not bringing 60,000 at a time after 3 years, no. First year, we have a capacity, second year add, third year add. We developed this modular development plan. I'll speak about that a little later on the next slide. The plant 1 is already under construction there. We will be cash flow as early as next year. The Sahamamy project, this is our second project. This we acquired an operating project. That's our small little operation at present. It is being developed to a 21,000 tons project at this stage. That's the plan. If we get better resources there, we can increase the consumption there. The resources in these two projects, the contained graphite, how much graphite can we manufacture out of the resource we have? From whatever work geologically we have done until now, at Vatomina we have about 2 million tons of contained graphite, and at Sahamamy we have more or less 1 million tons. That's quite a bit. You know, if we are producing 81,000 tons, that's for 40 years already established. And there is more upside on the exploration. Coming to the value add, so what we do in Madagascar, we produce graphite up to 96% purity. There is a large market segment that uses that, but there is a market segment which itself is large too, which needs highly processed graphite, you know, kind of 100% purity with some different processes added onto it to make to enhance certain properties. That is what we call our Tirupati Specialty Graphite project. We have been in the process of building a pilot scale first for a particular stream that's called fire retardants. Fire retardants, again, are a very high growth application. They're not as talked about lithium-ion batteries, but fire retardants are an amazing high growth application. So we are setting up a 1,200 tons fire retardants plant that is going to commission maybe in a month's time. The machineries are in the process of installation. But the bigger plant is a 20,000 tons project, which is comprehensive with multiple processes, all that you need into graphite, enhancing the concentrate to these high-end use application materials. The purification process we have developed from 94 to 99.95. You know, today in the world, graphite is processed to that purity mainly in China. They use hydrofluoric acid, and it's a very, very pathetic process. I've seen a few plants there. I mean, if you see the workers who work there, they would die maybe in 10 years of working time. You know, it's that bad. So when I saw this, you know, we were working on how to develop high purity graphite. When I saw this, I took a decision that we are not using HF. And then we embarked on the journey of developing a process. We've developed, again, a unique process, which is very cost effective, and it's eco-friendly, environmentally friendly. Coming to the graphene and the research center. So to complete our basket and to get to be in every sphere of graphite, we had to integrate graphene. We have been working on that for a few years. This has shaped into the concept of what we call TGMRC, the Graphite and Mintech Research Center. This is again a unique concept. You know, it's a mixture of not only graphene but some other activities, so that it becomes independent. It doesn't need cash to operate. It rather generates cash from its operations. That was the idea with which we developed that. I'll speak in detail about, a little bit of detail about each of the composites of our project or company. So in Madagascar, we are in production and ongoing development. That's the capacity development plan. In this year, we would be more or less 9,000 tons of capacity. 2019, we will be 27,000 tons. 2020, 45,000 tons. And the next year, 81. We've developed an 18,000 tons cost-effective module of a graphite processing plant. So first year, we are installing smaller plants at both the projects. The next 3 years, we are installing 4 plants of 18,000 tons each. The smaller gives us a lot of leverage to make the bigger more successful. Friends, again, we are in Madagascar by choice. We are in Madagascar because it has the world's best graphite resource. It has a good mining code. It's friendly to investors. I haven't seen all the reports on that, but we have made our due diligence. Their mining code is better than many other African countries. There's stability in the country. We've never faced a problem. We've been working there for 4 years. We've had